Hey, how's it going out there to everybody? Everybody's having a great day. Going to talk to you today about the Sterno Professional Butane Stove. I got this thing over there at the old TA. So if you guys that don't know how this came about, is I'm in a Loaner Pro Star here. I got the Loaner Pro Star going this week. My truck is still in the shop. So I decided to borrow this truck, rent this truck, and go out and make some money. I went to the grocery store. Inside the old Coleman cooler here is about $100 worth of meat and eggs. And I got in the truck, brought my hot plate with me. This inverter setup right here does not operate my hot plate. It throws codes. I don't think they used a thick enough gauge wire when they installed this. That is a 4AWG. And it runs the whole down under the bunk, across, down over to the batteries, which are under the driver's seat. So I don't think it's a big enough cable for a 3,000 watt inverter. So I was stuck with $100 worth of meat that I was either going to have to probably throw away, because I'll be honest with you, this cooler, it's these Colemans, this is a cooler, not a refrigerator. So it's only going to do so good at keeping that temperature regulated in there on that meat. So I've got to cook that meat or whatever. So yesterday I was at my wit's end messing with this inverter. I actually offered it to an RVer at the rest area. If he wanted to, if the family wanted the meat, they could have it, because I said I don't think I'm gonna be able to cook it. And then I was in the TA last night looking at their little 12 volt like electric skillet thing, and I'm like, that'll take forever to cook in that, because it runs off of 12 volt. It's not going to get hot enough really. And I remembered and stumbled up on these things. I've seen these before, thought about buying a little camp stove for the truck before. So that kind of put me in this, and now here we are. So I'm going to cook some hamburger meat in this. I'm going to show you how much you can cook in it. I think my pan's a little bigger than what they recommend, but I'm just going to be careful to not let the pan cover the vents on the butane side. You do have to buy the fuel separately. This is $5 at the Petro or TA. The stove itself was $40 at the TA. Got that butane stove at the TA. So let's get it undone. Let's see what it is. I'm just going to take it out of the box and set it up, because it seems pretty simple, and I don't want to bore you with that. Okay, I got you set up here. You can watch me set this up. I do have the windows in the front cracked and the side vents opened in the back here on the Pro Star. So looks like a pretty simple setup they got here. Let me get my butane. Let's see. Keep out of reach. Don't smoke. Well ventilated area, whatnot. Pop the cap off. It's got a groove here that goes into this thing. And then you push this lever here down to lock the can in place. Cover that up. Put that on there. I guess that does have a direction, because that lip probably needs to go that way. Little foil for easy cleanup. Today we'll be cooking some Rancher's Legacy American Kobe beef blend. That is an 80-20% all natural ground beef. That is 1 pound, and it is 80-20 split. I gotta say, the Coleman cooler is doing a hell of a job. I do keep the Coleman back here out of the sun during the day, and I run it day and night. And that corner of that beef there is frozen. So it's been cool out. I set the cooler up in the front at night so it doesn't get heated by the bunk heater, and then it gets it really cold at night, and I leave it closed until I need something out of it. So let's see how the butane cooks some Kobe ground beef. I typically don't steer away from fatty meat, but my hamburger, I like it to cook up where there's hardly any grease left in the pan. Just makes cleanup easier. And as to be expected, that Kobe blend is it's cooking up pretty fatty. A lot of grease in there. I'm hoping some of that cooks out by the time this meat gets more done. But this is one of my more common meals here. Just throw a pound of hamburger meat in the pan, let it cook up. I kind of chunk it up into big chunks and just eat it like that. If you guys don't know, I have a second channel, Trucking with Diabetes. I'm thinking about just bringing that content over to this channel because it's kind of hard running two channels, to be honest with you. You guys let me know down in the comments. Would you watch more cooking videos and stuff like that on this channel? Let me know. All right, it's cooking up nice. I gotta say, I really like how that thing's cooking up. It got the heat going really fast. I always appreciate cooking with gas over electric, so I may have just eliminated my hot plate buying this little thing. We're gonna make some green tea to go with it. This is how I make green tea in the truck. Bottle of water, green tea bag. Drop it off in there. We'll let that hang out for a couple minutes. Once it starts sinking a little bit, I'll drop the rest of the string in there and put the lid on it and move it around a little bit. I try not to shake it too violently because you can, rip that string out of the bag. But we'll have some green tea. Most of that did cook out. Most of that I think was water because a lot of it just evaporated. We'll kick it around again here a little bit. It's on the verge of being done. Grease going everywhere. So, yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. We'll let most of that fat, we'll let some of that grease cook out of there. To me, I like my hamburger a little bit more brown than that, so we'll let it go. We'll let it go for a minute. All right, there's how I do the green tea. Once it starts to sink, I put the cap back on it with the string all the way up, and that puts the tea bag suspended in there. I give that about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. It'll be good enough for me. That's just room temperature water. I'll drink it the same temperature. I don't need to be boiling water fancy. I like to, but hey, sometimes when we're in a truck, this is what we do. Okay, so I think we're done here, but I wanted to say this Kobe beef blend was $1 more per pound than just regular 85.15. And normally I like the 85.15 because it seems like I don't be, I'm not left with as much grease. I'm not afraid of fattier meat, like I said before, but I don't want to leave all that grease in the pan. Makes cleanup harder. It makes more of a mess when it splatters everywhere. 85.15 seems like the meat for me in the truck. I will say, I looked at the ingredients on this Kobe beef, and it says on there, ingredients: beef and American Kobe beef. It's a very rich taste, I'll give it that. Like, you can tell that's a different kind of fat in there, but it also tastes like it's already salted. Like, normally I put a little bit of salt on my hamburger meat. This tastes like it's already got some on it, so it's a little confusing. But it has took me, this watch never works like it's supposed to. Come on Fitbit, what do I gotta do to get you to light up? There you go. So I started that at 4:34. So what is that, like 16 minutes? It seems to be about the same as the electric hot plate, honestly. This gets to cooking faster, but I don't know, I could probably do it faster here. I mean, I got that turned down about as low as you can get it, but I do like this little thing. I am a fan of this. So thanks for watching, everybody. Take care of each other. If you've made it this far, hit the like button. Let me know what you think about switching the Trucking with Diabetes content over here. If you don't know what that content's like, go check that content out. Let me know. I appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up if you made it this far. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And take care of each other out there. Later.